Beware, diabetic. These 6 dried fruits can raise your glucose at Christmas. Did you know that many dried fruits, so common at Christmas parties, can be real sugar bombs for those with diabetes? Most people don't even realize that they can raise their blood sugar levels as quickly as desserts full of refined sugar. But here's some good news. With the right choices, you can avoid these dangers and still enjoy the parties without fear. Today, I'm going to reveal which nuts to avoid, which to limit, and how to consume them safely. Now tell me, which nuts do you like to eat most at Christmas? Write here in the comments as we get started. Now that you know that some nuts can be treacherous for those with diabetes, let's go straight to the first of them. Stay tuned, because the following information could transform your choices for the holidays. Let's get started. Dried fruit number 1. Dates, the disguised sweet that deceives. Dates, with their irresistible flavor, are often used in Christmas recipes and as healthy snacks. But be careful. In 100 grams, they contain around 63 grams of sugar. This makes them one of the most sugary dried fruits, a real danger for those who need to control their blood sugar. Even though they are natural, the body processes their sugar in a similar way to refined sugar, which can lead to unwanted glycemic spikes. Imagine consuming 3 dates in one snack. It seems harmless, but it's equivalent to more than a tablespoon of sugar. A common mistake is using them excessively in recipes such as energy balls or meat sauces. A more balanced way to enjoy dates is to combine them with nuts or seeds. For example, stuff a date with almonds or cream cheese, creating a sophisticated snack with less impact on blood sugar. Small adjustments like this transform the way we consume these fruits. For those who love dried fruit mixes, such as trail mix, the tip is to limit the amount of dates and give preference to seeds and nuts, which help balance the glycemic load. Also, avoid ready-made options with dates and chocolate, which can be an even bigger trap. If you like using dates for breakfast, try chopping a single date and mixing it with oatmeal or plain yogurt. This combination reduces the impact of blood sugar and still preserves the sweet taste you're looking for. And speaking of sweet choices, the next nut is also small but can be just as treacherous. Let's go for it. Dried fruit number 2. Dried figs, small but powerful. Dried figs have a special place at the end of the year festivities, often decorating tables or making desserts. However, with 50 grams of sugar per 100 grams, they deserve extra attention. Although they are rich in fiber and minerals such as calcium, it is easy to consume too much, especially when used in recipes for Christmas cakes or pies. To balance your consumption, use dried figs as a complement to fiber-rich salads. Try cutting them into small pieces and mixing them with arugula, walnuts, and feta cheese. This combination, in addition to being delicious, helps reduce the glycemic impact, as the fibers in green leaves slow down the absorption of sugar. Another interesting alternative is to include figs in fillings. Chop small amounts and mix with whole grain fillings, creating a sweet and savory contrast without overdoing it with sugar. If you prefer to avoid dried, fresh figs are an excellent option, as they have less sugar and a lighter texture. You can also use dried figs to create sweet and sour sauces. Toss bite-sized pieces with balsamic vinegar and fresh herbs to accompany lean meats. It's a sophisticated and balanced way to use this classic holiday ingredient. And if you found dried figs worrying, wait until you discover the impact of the next dried fruit, which is a true holiday favorite. Dried fruit number 3. Raisins, the traditional villains of Christmas. Raisins are a guaranteed presence at parties, appearing in recipes such as cakes, fillings, and even cookies. But be careful. With 59 grams of sugar per 100 grams, they can cause rapid and unwanted glycemic spikes. It is common to add them generously to dishes, but because they are small, it is easy to lose track of the quantity consumed. To moderate the impact, limit the serving to 1 tablespoon when preparing recipes such as stuffing or snack mixes. Partially replacing them with fresh or dried unsweetened cranberries can bring balance, adding a tart touch that contrasts with the sweet flavor. If you like practical snacks, choose mixtures of raisins with nuts and seeds in smaller proportions. This adds good fats, which help slow sugar absorption and increase satiety. Another tip is to use raisins in savory dishes, such as salads or light sauces, to balance the flavors and avoid overdoing it. Now that we have seen how dried fruits can impact blood glucose, it is worth reinforcing the importance of combinations. One of the best ways to consume these fruits is together with foods rich in protein or good fats, such as nuts, natural yogurt, or even light cheeses. These combinations help to slow down the absorption of sugar into the blood, preventing glycemic spikes. Another strategy is to opt for fresh or minimally processed versions, such as natural dates without added sugar, or use small portions of them to enhance flavors in larger dishes. And remember, you don't need to eliminate nuts from your table, but rather find smart ways to use them without exaggerating. After all, the secret is always in balance and moderation. Dried fruit number 4. Dried apricots, enhanced sweetness. Dried apricots are enchanting with their sweet and sour flavor and vibrant color, often seen as healthy options at the holidays. But be careful. With around 39 grams of sugar per 100 grams, they can be as harmful as other dried fruits when consumed in excess. And there's more. Many industrialized versions receive even more sugar during processing, transforming them into real desserts in disguise. A safe way to include apricots on your menu is to opt for versions without added sugar, available in specialized stores. These versions preserve the natural flavor without overloading blood sugar levels. Additionally, you can use them as a complement to main dishes, as fillings for lean meats or roast poultry. Chopped apricots pair well with fresh herbs and nuts, creating a perfect balance of sweet and savory. Another practical idea is to hydrate apricots before using them, which reduces their caloric density and improves their texture. They can be incorporated into salads with green leaves, goat cheese, and sliced almonds, offering a sophisticated and healthy touch. It's an elegant way to bring Christmas flavors to the table without compromising your glucose. If you like snacks, try making small apricot rolls with raw ham or turkey breast. This combination combines sweet and salty in a balanced way and avoids excessive sugar consumption. Another suggestion is to use them in small portions in cakes or whole grain cookies, limiting the glycemic impact. Now that you've seen the impact of dried apricots, get ready to discover the next dried fruit on this list. It is small, sour, and very popular at the end-of-the-year parties, but it hides pitfalls that you need to know about. Dried fruit number 5. Dried cranberries, the unforgiving acidity. Dried cranberries are known for their tart flavor and vibrant appearance, adding color and texture to holiday recipes. However, many do not know that, in 100 grams, they can contain around 37 grams of sugar, and, most of the time, industrialized versions have added sugar or syrup. This extra sweetness turns a potentially healthy ingredient into a danger for those who need to control their blood sugar. To avoid pitfalls, choose dried cranberries with no added sugar, which can be found in specialty stores or health food markets. They are less sweet but maintain their characteristic flavor. Another option is to use fresh cranberries, which contain less sugar and add an acidic touch that balances sweet and savory dishes. If you like to bake cookies or cakes, use dried cranberries in small batches, combined with whole grain ingredients. Partially replacing them with other low-glycemic fruits, such as green apple pieces, is also a smart strategy for reducing the impact on blood sugar. Dried fruit number 6. Prunes, the sweetness that can confuse. Prunes are famous for their digestive benefits, but for those living with diabetes, they can become a silent trap. Containing around 38 grams of sugar per 100 grams, excessive consumption can easily raise blood glucose levels. The problem is that, because they are soft, sweet, and easy to chew, it is common to eat several at once without realizing it. To enjoy the benefits of dried plums without compromising your blood sugar levels, use them in controlled amounts. An interesting tip is to chop 1 or 2 plums and mix them into salads or natural yogurts. This adds flavor without overdoing the glycemic load. Another practical idea is to use them as a base for savory sauces, mixing with a little olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and natural seasonings, an option that goes perfectly with lean meats. Plums can also be used in Christmas recipes, but be careful with cakes or pies that already contain other sugars. For a healthy touch, replace some of the refined sugar with homemade plum puree, reducing the glycemic impact of the dessert. If you like quick snacks, try stuffing a prune with an almond or a Brazil nut. This not only reduces the glycemic impact, but also transforms the snack into an irresistible combination of textures. In moderation, dried plums can be an ally in your diet. But remember, the secret is always in balance, especially during the holiday season. Learning to choose and consume nuts intelligently may seem like a detail, but it is a powerful strategy for those who want to keep their blood sugar under control without giving up the flavors of the holidays. What you saw here today is more than a list of foods. It is a tool to transform your relationship with food choices. Knowing which dried fruits to avoid, which ones to limit, and how to combine them is valuable knowledge that few people have. Imagine how much difference this could make for you and even for those who share supper next to you. This is the type of learning that not only protects your health, but also gives you more freedom to enjoy each moment with safety and balance. So, which of these nuts surprised you the most? Now that we've revealed these hidden pitfalls, it's time to review your Christmas choices and ensure your blood sugar is always under control. But don't worry, because there's still a lot to learn and explore when it comes to eating healthy during the holidays. Now that you know how to deal with nuts during the holidays, imagine being able to enjoy Christmas desserts without any guilt. Did you know that there are amazing sugar-free dessert recipes that are not only delicious, but also help keep your blood sugar under control? In the video above, I show you some of the best options for you to include in your Christmas. Click now and see how easy it is to transform your parties with these delicacies. Oh, and remember what I mentioned before. I prepared something very special to complement these tips and bring even more practicality to your Christmas. It's in the pinned comment. Check it out. I'm sure you'll find it worth it. Now tell me in the comments, which of these dried fruits caught your attention the most? Did you already know the risks, or were you caught by surprise? I'd love to know how you deal with them at parties. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more practical tips like this. Activate the bell so you don't miss any news and share this video with anyone who needs this information. See you in the next video.